So I just recently updated to Clip Studio Paint 5, and I thought it would be a really good idea to make a new setting up a page type video for those who might have a newer version, so we can see what may or may not be different. So let's get into this. First, we're going to start and create a new document, new canvas. Go to File, New, or you can do Command N. The first thing I noticed in Clip Studio Paint 5 is that it now puts a file name in here, and it's comic and the date. It's because I have this comic setting selected. But I did notice that all of these other things in here seem to be relatively the same from the previous versions, which is good. I'm going to leave this date in here because this is just an example of how to do this. Let's take a look at the canvas size. I do everything at 11 by 17 inches. It's just the size I'm used to. And the basic expression I leave in as color, but every individual layer you can set as either black or white, color, whatever. I do have a template that I use all the time, so I have that selected already. I do have a video on making that template if you want to check that out. I do have a template you can get from Gumroad. I'll leave the link in the description. I may even have it pop up on screen. Now, if you don't have a template, that's fine. You could pick from presets and grab something from here that fits your project. For my workflow, I like to have individual files in a folder. I don't necessarily like to have multiple pages in a document and try to keep it separate. Of course, again, this is my workflow. I prefer that. So you can have this set up however you want, but I don't play around with a lot of this. Just this. So I'm going to click OK and see what we get. All right. Well, because I used my template, it has everything in here, my inks folder, my color folder, my pencil folder, my guides. So once you've created your canvas, you can go to File, Import Image. Let's see, Finished Pencils. I think it's page 10. Yes. This is pencil by Jose Miguel. And it put it in right underneath the pencils layer because I think I had the guides layer selected when I imported it. And what's important is that you make sure you have keep aspect ratio checked. Otherwise, if you don't, you can stretch and squash the page. And then I try to size it. In this template, the inside guide is basically the save margins. And if I turn those off, you can see it goes by the Blue Line art page that I have added in here. Thanks, Blue Line, for letting me use this. I'm going to take this, and since I have a folder already made in this template that says pencils at 50%, I'll drag and drop it in there, and now it's at reduced opacity, so it's a little easier to work with. Been kind of using 40-ish lately, so it's really up to you. I don't turn my pages to a blue line look when I'm inking them. I don't know why, I just got used to doing it this way. If you do, that's awesome. And then I like to lock that layer because now I can't affect it. Okay, a quick word about the frames. They have a lot of options in here. There's the rectangle, the polyline, frame border, which I think you just draw by yourself, like freehand, and rough rectangle. With the polyline, you can make it shape like that. Now you have a panel that's oddly shaped. Or if you use your frame border pen, right now it's set to 5, so let's put it to 20 so we can see it. And you draw some like shape, whatever you need it, and now that becomes a panel. But I have noticed with the frame border and the rough, it seems to add an extra layer that's like a fill. I don't know quite why it does that. If you do, let me know in the comments. So if you do use it, just remember to either turn it off, because you're going to need it to see your pencils below, or delete it. It's up to you. With the panel border, the figure selected, again, the key for U, I'm going to actually turn off my guides because otherwise this tool will snap right to it. And as you'll see that it's not lined up. The guides are not exact with the panels I want to create. Let's just turn that off. Click, and I'm going to drag one panel, and I'll show you why. One panel, let's see. There we go. And it's got a brush size of 20. Perfect. So then I will to create the other panels, from this panel, I will take divide frame. And if you hold down Shift, it keeps it a horizontal or 45 or up and down. So I want that cut. Then if I go in here and click that, holding Shift. Now I'm going to create two panels from this one, but at first it won't look like it. So let's do that. Okay, so select your operation tool, or the key is O. I'm going to click on this one and drag it up to about there. So I cut and I paste it so it goes on top. If you know a shortcut for that, or how to bring the items up and down in a stacking order, kind of like in Illustrator, that would be, or Photoshop, that would be great. So I haven't been able to figure it out, and I just keep on doing it this way. So to get that angle, I'm going to click on this one node. Again, I am using the operation tool. Click on it. I know I have it selected because it's green. And if you hold down Shift and use your arrow keys, it goes in larger increments. Or you could arrow key without Shift and you get smaller, more precise movement. You could also click and drag it, but I find if I do that, I might make this go here or there where I want this line straight. So let me see. That looks good. Now, since I still have this panel selected, and this is meant to be like a reveal, I want that panel border thicker. So that's easy. With it still selected, I can come over to brush size, and let's make it double that size. Let's go 40. And there. What I then do is I then take my ink layer, or you can turn this one into it, but this one's all set, and drag it up into here. Now this ink layer, and then I get rid of that one. This inks layer is now held in the mask of the frames. And then if I take a brush, whatever I do here will not go outside because it's masked, which is very, very helpful. However, I do not like this purple. It just bothers me. Or this dark blue. If it doesn't bother you, then okay, fine. That's cool. But it's kind of bothers me. So with that layer selected, I go to Layer, Layer Mask, Show Mask Area, and it's gone. But the mask is still functioning. It still works. It's just that I don't see that color. And again, it just throws me. I'm inking black and white. Just that color just bothers me. Okay, so then at this point, I would then letter it, which I have a video. I released that about a month ago. I'll link that in the description. And that is pretty much it for how to set up, how to drop this page in here and get it all set and ready to go. And this is Clip Studio Paint 5. So if you have anything under that, I did not notice any difference in the process or where the buttons are, where things are located from 5 to say 2 or 3 or 4. I didn't notice any difference. So this video will help you even if you have an older version of Clip Studio Paint. Again, thanks much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That actually does help my channel quite a bit. And I will see you in another video.